Okay, it's title of today's show, The Windows Workshop. Although if you're watching this on replay, you might see a different title and a different thumbnail. I have audio confirmation. I'm checking to see if I have SpeakerBot confirmation. There's SpeakerBot messages coming into the chat room right now. Let's pause that. I'll come over here to it. And I don't think SpeakerBot is going to give me a confirmation until...
Read chat, please.
There. There's a read chat, please. Jeff Ryman is testing. Okay, thank you. I have over here a new Dell Latitude, whatever it is. I showed it a little bit yesterday. I'm going to start out by demonstrating how to activate registry backups on it. I have it connected to my display capture card. I'm going to bring it up here or not on the screen. That didn't work. Why? Oh, because I don't have the cable connected. I was doing some work with another computer this morning and had the capture cable connected to a different computer. So this, back in 2018, 2019 with Windows 10 version 1803, 1809, 1903, I'm not sure which one, Microsoft decided that it was taking up too much drive space to do registry backup. So they disabled that by default. So every time I set up a new computer, I'll turn on or enable registry backup. So here's how to do that. Let's see if I got a live mouse. Yes, I do. And I'll make this screen bigger so that I can see it. I'm going to get through this right quick, and then I'll be coming back to the chat room to interact with you all there. We start with going to the registry and putting in a new registry entry. Probably would have been a good idea if I had brought up my notes to be sure I got this name right before I start trying to do it from memory. So there it is on this other screen. So I answer yes. That'll get us into the registry, and then let's see how far I can get my memory. Local machine, and then system, and then current control set, and then control. And then let's see here, I like to type in the word, I'm looking at my notes, configuration manager. We've all almost there. Configuration manager here. Now maybe I went the wrong path. Let's look at that again. In my notes over here, you know what? I can show you my notes on Baby Beast. Current system, current control set, control session manager, configuration manager. Up here, I'm at system, current control set, session manager next. So I'll click on any one of these and type SES. That'll get me straight down to session manager, expand that section, and then we need configuration manager right up here, expand that. Actually just need to left click on it. Right click over here in the blank area, go to new, it's a D word value, and that is enable periodic backup. Enable periodic backup. Press enter once to accept that. Enter again to change the value. The value is already highlighted as 0, type a 1, and press enter because the OK button is already highlighted. So now we've got a number 1 there. That's all we need to do in the registry. Next, we need to go to task scheduler, excuse me. So I press the Windows key and type the word task and a space and then the letter S. Gets me to task scheduler. Press enter. And then expand the library, expand Microsoft, expand Windows. Click on any one of these items and type REG for registry. And then that gets us to the registry backup scheduled item. This is deactivated by default. You cannot come down here on this area to create a trigger for it because there's no place here to create new trigger. Come up here, right click on the item, choose properties, click on the triggers tab, and we can select a trigger in here. Now, actually on the general tab, I should point out, we want it to run with highest privileges. This already by default runs as system. If you create a new task, I think it defaults to using the current user, in which case you might want to change the user to system if you're trying to create a task that you want to run from the system account. So then go to triggers, Click on New. And then I like to set this up for weekly. I want it to run weekly on Mondays because I want this registry backup to happen before Update Tuesday. I don't want it to run every day. I don't want it to run on every login to Windows, because if you log into Windows and then discover there's a problem with your registry, well, you've already wiped out your previous registry backup. So I do this, I generally set this up for weekly on Mondays. That way I know I have registry backup before Update Tuesday. And if there's a problem after Update Tuesday, I have that as an extra resource to deal with. Now, I actually want this to run as a test case today. Today is January 3rd, 2025, and that is a Friday. So I'm going to ask it to also run on Fridays. Later, I'll come back and turn off the Friday setting. So it's going to start on January 3rd. It is currently 9:06 a.m. I'm going to ask this to first run at 9:10 a.m. Right on the dot. So during the rest of today's live stream, we'll come back after 9:10 a.m. and check to see if it actually worked. Then we can repeat the task every 5 minutes, and later I will come back and remove this. This is just for testing to be sure it's operating properly. Then is there anything else here I want? No, that'll do it. So I'm going to click OK there, click OK there, and then close Task Scheduler. Am I pronouncing that with an A, scheduler? I feel like I'm saying scheduler rather than scheduler. Then we're going to restart the computer. The computer has to be restarted for that registry change to take effect. So I set that up. What time did I set that up for? 9:10? I don't even remember. Task Scheduler. Oh, I don't want to do that. I think it was 9:10. So we'll restart it. And I will set a reminder to go check in about 3 minutes. Ziggy, set timer for 4 minutes.
Second timer, 4 minutes, starting now.
Wow, that was a weird voice. I changed the wake word for my Amazon Echo device so that I don't trigger yours when I call out for it. Okay, so if you came to this video because I'm going to change the title and the thumbnail to attract people who want to know how to activate registry backups. If that's what you came for, well, we're done. You can fast forward, you can scrub forward to the 10-minute mark and see how the test goes at that point. All right, so then let's come look at chat. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Jeff Ryman, let's see, why am I not getting that zooming in? There we go. Zooming in, zooming in. Jeff Ryman, good morning to all. Ken Stout, Martin Hogg.
Read
love
chat,
the trailer.
please.
Love it, love it, love it. Going to see what you're asking for read chat. You could run the task manually right now. Yes, I know that. And I often have done that in the past. However, I don't, that is not sufficient. I want to see the task run afterwards. I could have right-clicked on the scheduled task item and chose Run Now. And I have done that many times while displaying the registry backup folder, and it will populate with 0 size until you restart. You have to restart the computer for it to actually do the backups. Now, there's a lot of nuances to how it works. So your mileage might vary. I've been trying to nail down some of those nuances, but this is the method that I prefer to really see it run from a schedule. Love the trailer, love it, love it, love it. I don't even remember which one it was. In the descriptions, you should find a link for the trailer. I'm going to right click and choose open a new tab, but I think that will, oh yes, 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 it's Leo Pearlstein, 104 years old. This guy right here, still playing the drums. Apparently, I think he had quite a career in jazz music. Alice Jones, hello, Rick Lakes, Brian Lightfoot, Ken Stout, Jeff Ryman. Here's a jolly song for you from Jeff to Brian. Let's see what that's about. And, oh, wait a minute, it took into my video? What? Jolly song? I don't know what that's about. I'm going to move along past that. And here's a jolly song for you from Jeff to Brian, and he takes it to my video. All right, I got to find out what's going on there. Wait a minute, that's this video right now. What? You messing with me. You are totally messing with me, Jeff. Show info says today's trader is about 104-year-old man. Funny thing, the man with the blue plaid shirt in the thumbnail doesn't look
Read chat, please.
day over 90. Blue plaid shirt. Oh, I didn't get to that. Did I actually address the read chat? That's not the link, Doug. That's not the link that Jeff intended to put in. That's the link you put in, it looks like. Didn't somebody else do a read chat? Did I get to that one? No, that was testing. You could run, oh yes, I did get to that one. That's not the link. Okay, so now let's get back to where I was at with a comment from Jeff. There. Jesse Kirk, hello, good to see you again. Looks like he did not shave in 104 years. Wait a minute, he was clean shaved. What are you talking about? Oops, there's our timer. Ziggy, stop. Let's go check on this to see how this went. Now I could go into File Explorer to get to that folder, but I'm going to show a different technique. Windows key R and do C:\Windows. When you start typing the letters of the folder you want, it highlights, or it's offered in a pick list, \. The next folder I want is System32. So it took 2 characters to show that in a pick list, \. And then config, C-O-N, 2 letters, and it got me that on a pick list, then \. Now let's see, config, and I need to go from there because I'm going to have to ask for permission to that. So I can't ask for the next level folder yet until I have permission to see files in this folder. So when I click continue, it actually brings it up. There's the regback folder. When I double click on that, I'll have to ask for permission to see that. Once I've asked for permission with any particular user, it'll show up there. And this is showing up without any file sizes yet. So it has not quite activated. Now I told it to repeat that in 5 minutes. This is one of the nuances I've found. I usually do manually run it and then let it click off every 5 minutes after that. So maybe I have to go back to that. And maybe that's where Zavi Manor was suggesting that, because that's his routine. My routine in the past has been to manually run it. But today, here I go, unrehearsed. I tried it a little different way because I thought that was
chat, please.
fewer steps to get there. So we'll see how that works out. Do you think this might be Zavi Manor telling his response to that comment? No. Today's trader was the gorilla. Oh, that's right. It was the gorilla. I thought the 104-year-old guy was from, oh, you know what? I didn't change it. That's what happened, is I didn't change the link for the trader. That's why I got the wrong trader. So if I come over here to videos, oh, it's way back further. Where am I going to easily get to that? It was, I don't think the name of it has the word gorilla in it. Well, somebody give me, oh, there it is. Yeah, I do have it. All right. So then
Read chat, please.
I just want the link for that. And then if I come over here, that'll give me the link for it. I'm going to fix this link first, then I'll come to that read chat. So I'm going to come in here and fix the link in today's. Now that one ended JJS. Yeah, there's the right link to get the gorilla. Okay. What was this read chat? Jeff Ryman. Some texts say the task you modified will not work in automatic mode, but it has to be called from another task you create. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. I've seen the videos that say that. And I think the reason why they're saying that is because of these nuances about how sometimes it doesn't seem to work. Unless that has changed of recent. but I think I can show that that is not true. Now we've had, we're at 9:15 now, so another 5 minutes has gone past. So let's go check this out. On schedule, task scheduler. Is it that we have to do a manual running of it first? So I'm going to expand that and Windows and then REG to get to the registry section. Now, if I right click on it and do, actually, before I do that, I'm going to come back here and look at properties. Today is Friday. Yeah, so I had the day right. Every Monday, Friday, and edit. I want it to repeat every 5 minutes, Mondays and Fridays, starting January 3rd. Now, if I come back here to this level, next run time, January 3rd, 9:20. So it's going to run again at 9:20. Last run time, it shows no last run time. I know that this will work without creating a separate task because I have validated that recently, but this variation of how I did it differently today did not work. So I'm going to try running from here and see, there's populated. So now if this is going to work right at 9:20, we should get another one. Ziggy, set timer 4 minutes.
Second timer, 4 minutes, starting now.
Yes, I have seen those videos. I disagree with it. I created another task as the other videos and it works fine for me. Yeah, it will work using their method, but I think my method is more direct. Unless we prove that it's that I'm wrong. Okay, there's the correct link for the gorilla. See, I already got to that one. Did I skip some? Now, if you have a question to ask in chat, go ahead and ask it so we can get to it. I have some channel comments to respond to, and we got one that might turn out to be a little bit fun if I get to that one. It's kind of lower on the priorities. Something wrong after back up the registry, the things out. Now, why would you want to have registry backups? Well, Windows auto repair. If something goes wrong in your registry and Windows is having a hard time starting up, the automatic Windows repair will use registry backups as a method of recovering from that. Also use system restore. Now, I'd like to make a video to prove those 2 points because I have not yet proven them. And not even to myself. It's my presumption that Windows recovery, automatic repair will use those 2 elements if they are present. Now, when Microsoft disabled registry backups, did they also remove that from the code for automatic repair? I find that hard to believe, but then it was hard to believe that Microsoft would disable automatic registry backups as the default. So, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. So what is he saying here? I always struggle with using registry backup because changes have been made to the machine potentially that aren't related to the registry backup. And I get confused as to what effects that will have. Obviously, in my thinking, something went wrong with the computer after the backup of the registry. So things that caused the failure is still there. How does that affect the machine, even when you do use the registry backup? Registry is not the only thing that can go wrong and prevent a computer from starting. So the only way registry backups and automatic repair is going to help you is if the problem is actually from the registry. There are other things that can cause troubles within Windows. I think you explained that pretty well, Lawn Dog. I think I understood it. If my response indicated I did not understand it, then go ahead and try some more clarification. I think when he says he struggles with using registry backup, are you saying that you struggle with the concept of whether it's actually useful? It is not all-encompassing solution. I'm kind of bouncing around in chat. Roy, I bet you Roy could create a trigger. I just caught that. Oy vey, Doug, please do your homework in advance. No, I do not need with Windows 11 the registry backups. Explain more, Zavi, why you have that perspective. No, Microsoft doesn't think it's needed. Please do your homework in advance. Now, I've done homework. I've been using this for a long time, but what homework are you referring to? If you, for some reason, think that Windows 11, no, I do not need with Windows 11 the reg backups. Yeah, I'd like to have, you could send a link, you could send me an email on that. If there is something about that that I'm not aware of, please let me know. You explained it perfectly. You understand the complexity of using registry backup and its nuances. Okay, Ziggy, stop. Let's go see if this is updated. Yes, 9:16. Well, 9:20. There should be another one coming
Read chat,
in
please.
if that's worked. Zvi says trailer link. I'm not sure, Zvi, what you mean by trailer link. Okay, so I haven't seen that come in yet. All right, I'd like to hear more about what Zvi has. Maybe you can send me an email or something else in chat. But we'll go ahead and move on from here. The Windows operating system is very complicated. How on earth does anyone create an operating system? Oh yeah, it's over decades that it has evolved. Okay, now, where do I want to go? It is 9:21. I'm going to go take a look at channel comments. Okay, let's take these two. Ren Israel says, you are correct, Doug. I managed to get a peek of KMS. That's Key Management Server, I think that stands for Activated Machines Settings. And it does indeed state that Windows is activated using your organization's activation service. No mention of a digital license. And that was in response to yesterday's episode where I was talking about seeing if you actually have a digitally activated license, it is possible to not have that. There have been times in the past, in my recollection, I can't prove it, I can't show evidence of it, where I have purchased a refurbished computer or a used computer, and it came back with some kind of a corporate license, and it was not a digitally activated license. And I would not be surprised if there are some other kinds of licenses. Well, I showed yesterday what Copilot says about that. But I love hearing this. I love this. You are correct, Doug. Can we come back to that a few times? You are correct, Doug. You are correct, Doug. You are correct, Doug. Thank you so much. We'll see if I'm correct about the registry backups, because there's a question mark on that now from Zavi. We'll see how that goes. Ren
Read
Israel,
chat, please.
I believe, is in chat today, correct? Yes, he is. Says, you are correct, Doug. He gives me another one. Thank you. We'll just good boy, Dougie. Good boy, Dougie. Eileen Novak says, thank you kindly for your membership gift. In my little world, there's seldom swag or freebies. You're the best, Doug. Well, we have Tony Wallow to actually thank for that. You have Tony Wallow to thank for that. This doesn't look like the right number of seconds since this started. I set this earlier. Where is it? Is it on another tab? Oy vey. Oy vey. So yeah, I want to get I'm going to get the number of seconds right. So it's today. It's 9 a.m. It was the start time, and it's Pacific time. Count up. I don't want to show days, hours, or seconds. And then I want to make count up. That will get me a link to it. There it is. And it's on a separate tab. So 1472. So I'm going to guess it was about 1300 for Eileen. And I need to get a share link for today's episode. So then I can go into her comment, backspace to everything after the question mark, and then put t equals, what was the number I said? 1400, 1300. I'll try that for now. Now that actually works now, doesn't it? Does it take me to the right point? Yeah, almost there. It's a little bit later than that. And let's go a little bit further. So it's a little bit further than that. Let's see if I do this, and this is me experimenting with how to do these comment links better. Then highlight and Control C, click that, and let's see if that gets me closer. No, that didn't. $12.50. No, I'm not getting that right at all. Not even at all. Okay, so I'll come back and check on that later. Ali Novak, so nice to see you. I remember your name. I remember you in chat. Don't think I've seen you for a while. Awesome, but thank you to Tony Wallow for those gifts. The purpose of the tick counter is so that I can give a timestamped link when I reply to people on their comments. And I'm trying to reduce the amount of stuff that I have to do after a show. So I want to be able to do that during the show. Some say that if you turn on automatic creation of system restore points, you no longer need registry backup. And that could be true. However, things can go wrong with system restore. Also, I've had some new computers come in new with system restore disabled by default. So I turn on registry backups, I turn on system restore. What automatic repair is going to be able to make use of, I don't care. As long as I want it to have all the resources that it can to do an automatic repair. My cousin's laptop had a license from her employer, and I had to call Microsoft to get it activated when she retired and was given the laptop. I wouldn't bother with calling Microsoft. I would just do the, I would just buy a key for $15, $17, whatever that is, through the links that Kerry Holzman has on his show. But that, I'm kind of surprised that that would work, that they would just activate it after it's been removed from a corporate environment. Since Windows 7, I had not had to repair the registry file for systems I was responsible. Using registry file for backup solved problems on XP systems. Well, I don't intend to have to use those backups myself. I want, if a client has a problem with their computer, maybe power goes out or whatever happens, and they restart their computer, Windows will go through some automatic repair capabilities. I don't know how relevant that is these days. But it's just such a simple thing to turn on registry backups and system restore. I just want to have all the tools that are available, because that's gonna prevent me having to go do hands-on on the computer. System restore includes registry backups. Yes, it does. It includes other things besides registry backups. It does more than it. So is regback necessary these days? I do not know that for sure. I cannot prove it. Again, it's just such a simple thing to turn on that I like to do that. Assuming system restore is enabled, it's worth checking, because it's not safe to assume that. And then also, what schedule? I've had computers that I've gone to check on this. I look at system restore. Yes, it's enabled, but it's not happening on any regular basis. And that deserves some more research on my part. Haven't done that. This read chat is, I can agree about system restore. I am assuming that has to do with system restore is more capable of restoring a computer than registry backups. Absolutely. You can change the amount of space for restore points. Yes. And you can change, I think, also the number. Well, changing the amount of space, I think, is going to automatically change by definition, essentially the number of restore points that can be retained. But how often are your restore points? I just showed where my routine is to schedule the registry backups to happen once a week. If you go look at your most recent system restore point, it'll automatically make that at the last Windows update. But has it made any sense then? Maybe you'd like to have more frequent system restore points. Okay, I'm going to go take a look specifically at Zvi, see if he's given me more detail about doing my research. Please do your homework. Then he says, Trader link. I don't get that. You did not change the link today. Oh, is that what you meant? No, the homework. You said, I do not need with Windows 11 registry backups. Yeah, if you need it, if it ever becomes an important factor for you, it would be because system restore fails to restore properly. And then is it possible the registry backups might do something for you? There's also really the outside chance that you might have made some change to the system, or something may have happened to the system that you might want to restore a registry file from the prior week. That's really grasping at straws. I cannot aggressively defend activating registry backups, but it's still a thing that is searched a lot on YouTube. I can tell that by the number of views that those videos are getting. And whether it actually ever comes into play or not is hard to prove, as far as I can tell. So I'm still not sure what you meant by doing my research. Did not change the link today. Is that the research you're referring to? I guess that's the research. Doing my checklist. If I would have done my checklist, then I would have caught that. But there's so much stuff on the checklist, so many things that could go wrong to have to check that all. Now, yesterday, my microphone was not on.
Affirmative.
I think he's saying yes, that's what he meant. Yesterday, when I didn't have the microphone on, the reason for that is I have a button on my Stream Deck that automates a lot of my checklist. I forgot to press the button. Really? Really, Doug? That's the only reason my microphone was not off, because I don't need to check it. He says yes, that's what he meant. Okay. We're about to shut down. I didn't see any questions. If you put in a question, you need to put in a read chat, please, to get me to that question. Fresh install is always beneficial. Peace of mind. I do not do that. It takes extra time. I don't have enough pain that is caused by not doing fresh installs. So I do not routinely do fresh installs these days. For an individual home user, a technician that is using their home computer, and you're going to install a lot of programs on it, I would absolutely support that. Be sure you have your drivers first. If you bought a new computer, do an export of your drivers and do a fresh install, so it's much easier to install all of the drivers for your operating system for that particular model computer. All right, I might wind up reading chat today because I did such a hit and miss job of it. Tomorrow I have my intend to do the regular Saturday show, and I have a little thing for tomorrow that I think might wind up being kind of fun. Depends upon how it works out. Here's an email address if you'd like to send a question by email for myself in the chat room to respond to. You can send to that address. You can put a comment on any of my videos. You can ask a question in the chat room. Have a great Friday, everybody. I will catch you later. Goodbye.